about to sew last month, and this is everything I've sewn since then, which is actually insane. I don't know why I just went full-blown crazy, and I'm excited to show you guys the evolution of my sewing journey because I came a very long way, like from my very first project to my very recent project, like my very recent garment, because I created accessories as well. But oh oh my gosh, they are night and day, and it's because I practiced so much. I kept sewing and learning each time I created a new garment. So I'm really excited to show you guys this crazy ride I have been on. And yeah, so let's get started because I have a lot to show you guys. Up first, I have these pair of pants. These were my very first, this was my very first sewing project ever. I started off with pants, and I didn't use a pattern for this at all. I just traced out a pair of pants that I had, and this is what happened. This is literally a disaster from how it looks on the inside to the outside, because on the inside I did not know anything about finishing up the raw edges. I just literally ironed my seams and went along and continued sewing. And I definitely made the pants too, like, I didn't give myself enough room here. I literally had to add this strip right here because my pants wouldn't have fit otherwise, because this blue part and this blue part, that was my pants, and that can't even fit. So I had to add this so that I could fit it. And then my pants ended up being too high, like flooding, and so I just added elastic in the bottom of it to create a sweatpants look. But I look like a genie. Like, this does not look good at all. But again, this was my first pair. Like, it gets so much better from here. And these pants are the reason why all my other projects look amazing. So I'm really happy that I did this, and not everything's going to be perfect. But yeah, these were my very first pair of pants. And I also created these pants using 2 different types of bed sheets. And then these are my next pair of pants that I made, and these were out of bed sheets as well. And just like the first pair, the inside is a nightmare. When I tell you guys, it is a complete disaster. No raw edges were finished at all. It's just literally shredding on the inside. It just looks a mess. But this is my first pair of actual pants because it actually goes all the way down to the bottom like this, and I love the fit of it, but it just looks crazy. Like, it doesn't fit completely. Like, I have to force myself into the pants because I didn't give myself enough room again, but I did give myself enough room here, so it does look better, like at the crotch area. So I did improve in that aspect, but the waistband just looks crazy. It's all scrunched, and literally, when I tell you, I was just sewing and I did not care how anything was coming out, and that's why I was able to create so many garments, because I didn't try to perfect anything as I sewed. I just sewed and learned, and then I took what I learned into my next project. So these are my very second pair of pants, and honestly, I would wear them if I knew they would actually last. But I know as soon as this hits the washer and dryer, it's going to come apart because nothing is finished. Raw edge is just shredded on the inside, but I think they're cute, you know. These will be super cute pajama pants if I actually did it right. But that is the second pair that I made. And then these are my third pair of pants that I made. The back looks like this, and the front looks like this, because I didn't have enough fabric to make one pair of pants with this fabric and one pair of pants with this, so I just combined it to make one whole pant. And these pants fit so well, except like here it's kind of tight, but other than that, it looks so good. I actually did finish up the inside with the zigzag stitch and finish up those raw edges so it doesn't look crazy like my other 2 pair of pants that I made. It fits so well. I am obsessed with these pants. These are such great pajama pants, and they feel so good. I do, like, these would be perfect if I added pockets, but again, these are my third pair. Like, I wasn't doing anything crazy, okay? But this is how it looks on me, like this, so you guys can get the full look of it. And I love it. Like, these are so cute. I love the print. I got this because the print was so cute, and having different color from the front and back is so cool to me. But yeah, these are my third pair, and I definitely did so much better than my first two pair of pants that I ever created. And like I said, I took what I learned from those pair of pants, and I was able to make these great pair of pants. So this was my third pair, and I made a lot of pair of pants because I just love pants, and that's really like the main reason I wanted to learn how to sew, was to create pants. So that's why you're gonna see a lot of pants in this rotation. And then I somehow possessed the skills to create this masterpiece along with this bag, since I had extra fabric. So I made this purse, and I made this entire set. This is how the front looks. I even added pockets to the pants, which was literally insane. My first time ever doing pockets. And this is how the back looks. I definitely had to adjust the cups more because I wanted it to have more coverage. But this was literally one of my first ever pieces, so it's not gonna be perfect, but I am obsessed with how the entire thing came out. Like, this to this day is one of my very favorite pieces that I ever created. And I got this fabric from Joann before it closed, and I am so obsessed with it. Like, I love plaid so much, and once I had this vision, I just executed it and hoped for the best, and it came out so much better than I thought it could. The pockets, I did make the pockets a little too low. I should have made it more close to the waistband, but I did it like, looks like about 2 inches. I should have done like an inch after the waistband. But again, you live and you learn. Like, I've learned so much from just doing and not trying to perfect it right away. And so I was able, like I said, to take my knowledge from every item that I made to my next one. So I know the next time I make a pair of pants with pockets, I won't do it so far down. Like, I'll do it higher up. But this is it, and I am obsessed. And I also made a bow as well. I think that is the cutest thing ever. Like, are you serious? I am obsessed. And then I made my very first pair of shorts. It's literally very uneven here, like at the bottom, because one pant leg is higher than the other, but I did not care. Like, I created shorts, and then I did the halter top again because I was obsessed with the halter tops, and I was still trying to alter it to fit. Like, this time I got the coverage on the side, but then it exposed too much of the front. So I was still trying to figure out how I wanted to accomplish that. But the back looks like this, same as the other one, and this is what the front looks like. Obviously, I didn't add pockets because I did a 7-day challenge to see how much I could sew in 1 week. So this was my day 3 outfit, and I was just trying to get stuff done. Like, I wasn't trying to do any extra stuff like I did with the last outfit that I showed. So this was my day 3 outfit, and I love it. Aside from trying to figure out the situation with the halter top itself, I love it so much. I love the fabric. I love how it feels on me. I also got this from Joann as well before they closed, so I don't know where you could get this fabric from, but this is it. Then I created another short set, and this time I decided to try out shearing for the first time, and it was such an amazing experience. Like, seeing it shrink and just sewing with elastic thread for the first time and hoping that it came out right. And I decided to add straps because it was strapless initially, but I just like having this extra support, knowing that it won't fall down. Like, even though I know it won't fall down, I just like feeling that it's secured. So I added these cute straps on the side of it, and I definitely did better on my shorts this time. I feel like they're more even than the first pair I created. And then on the side, I decided not to sew it together, just to leave it kind of flared out like that because I like the look of it. And this is also uneven, but like I said, I don't care. I wasn't trying to be perfect with every single project that I created. I love this. Like, this is such a cute set, and it's so comfortable. But I don't know what fabric this is. I got it from Joann again, and whatever it is, it's thicker than what I was used to sewing. And when I was taking pictures outside in this, I was sweating. Like, this is not made for intense SoCal heat when it's 90+ degrees and stuff. This is like a nice set when it's 70 degrees and like the wind is blowing and it feels good. Like, this is, I'm so proud of myself. Like, from my very first pair of pants that are literally shredded to being able to create something like this in the same month is literally insane. But yeah, this is definitely one of my favorite pieces that I sewed so far. Then I created this set and I'm obsessed with this set. I tried a different kind of halter top so that it had more coverage, and I think I gathered too much at this part, but it's still not bad with the coverage at all. This is what the back looks like, and this is what it looks like together. It's wrinkly because I refused to iron this. I was like, absolutely not. But this is how the entire set looks together, and it's so cute. At this point, doing pants, that was easy. Doing the halter top was super easy as well because I did it so many times before. So I was able to just really not stress and just sew, knowing that it's gonna come out relatively great because of doing it so many times before. But that is it, the pants and the top. And with this fabric, I got this from Fabric Wholesale Direct. And then I made my very first dress ever, and I wanted the shearing to be at the top half so that it's kind of snatched, and then I just wanted it flowy on the bottom part, and the back looks the same as the front. And since I had extra fabric, I decided to create a matching purse as well, along with a cute little bow to go with this. So this is the entire set. It is so cute, and this dress was super easy to make as well. And I also got this fabric from Fabric Wholesale Direct. I got this fabric in like, I got 3 yards of it, so I was able to do a lot with it and make more than one purse with this fabric as well. And it feels very lightweight, it's very flowy. I did wear it out one time and it was very hot, but I didn't feel hot in this dress because of how, like, I don't know, I don't know what fabric it is, but it's so lightweight and it feels so good. And in the heat, I wasn't sweating in it because it wasn't hot. But whatever fabric this is, it is perfect for the summer chef's kiss. I'm just going to show this one in a mirror because it is long, so I created a long version of the dress I showed before, kinda. I took the halter top cups and then added the shearing. Let me zoom in. And then added the shearing effect on the waist part of it, and then I just had the rest flowing. And then I added a little slit on the side because it was too, like, I just felt like I couldn't really stretch my legs, but now since I have the slit, I have way more room to move, and I love that. But this is my very first maxi dress that I made, and I am obsessed with it. I also need to take pictures in it. I never got to take pictures, and with this halter top, this time I do have enough coverage on the side. The back looks so good. It's a backless. I don't know if it's blurred or not, but that's how the back looks. And overall, I'm just really happy with how this entire dress turned out because this was such an experiment from doing this right here. Like, I didn't know how this would turn out because with the shearing, I did the shearing separate from the halter cups, and so I had to add the cups to the shearing, and I didn't know, like, should I stretch it out? Should I not stretch it out? It was literally, this was freehanded, 100% freehanded, and it turned out so great. And then since I had extra fabric, I decided to make a purse to match it as well. And then I made this super cute skirt, and I'll link the pattern that I used to follow the skirt. I am completely obsessed with it. This was a very random project that I decided to do because I wanted to learn how to make a skirt. And when I tell you this was not as easy as it looks, I even had to add, because the tutorial I followed, it was a 3-tier skirt, so 1, 2, 3, but I had to add a 4th because I tried to do my own measurements and it just did not turn out great, and it ended up being too short. It was like this short or something, and I was like, no, I need it longer. So I had to add that 4th tier up here, and it still came out great. Like, it's so cute, and I did make a top to go with it, but I didn't like how it ended up turning out. It was a halter top, but it ended up being too long for the skirt, and I just didn't like that look. I think that's ugly. It definitely should be shorter, but I didn't feel like hemming it and redoing it and all that stuff, so I was just like, whatever, who cares? The skirt is the main character anyway. My SD card is full, so we're gonna finish off on my phone. Anyway, so since I had enough fabric, I decided to make a matching purse to go with it. And then since I had a lot of extra fabric left over, I decided to start making bags.
Deserted?
This was my very first bag that I made. This was the test bag to see the dimension of it, to see if I wanted it this big, this wide, and everything. And then from this bag, I created this version, and this was more the size I wanted. And so I went off of this dimension, and then I ended up creating all of these bags. So this was the very first bag that I made, and it turned out super, super, super cute. I love the fabric. I love this fabric, and that's why I made the pants out of it. And having it in a bag version is just so cute. But then I was like, I kind of want it a little puffier than that, so I ended up making this bag. But then I was like, this is a little too puffy. Like, I like the look of it, but this wasn't really the look I was going for. And then it was so hard to sew this on my sewing machine since it was so puffy, and since I stuffed it so much, and it just wasn't really practical for my machine in the end. So I was like, okay, I definitely can't do it this big. And then I ended up making this one, which is a little less puffy than the one I previously showed, but this was also still tough on my machine. So I was like, okay, I cannot stuff these purses anymore. So I just doubled my batting that I used. But I didn't double it on this one. I decided to double it after, instead of just stuffing them so much. But this is a really, really cute look, but my machine just cannot handle it being this puffy since I actually use stuffing on top of batting as well. Then after that, I created all of these bags, and these bags turned out so cute. And I have to add magnetic clasps on all of these, but I didn't have them during the time I was sewing these up, so I just decided to sew it at first, and then I will add it later. But this is the 2 reds that I did. I also created bows to go with it. I have so many bows. I have 2 more reds right here, and they're keychains, so it's cute little keychains that I made. And then I have 2 blues, and then since I had leftover fabric with my other short set, I decided to make a bow out of that as well. So these are the 2 red bags, and then I made 2 blue bags. They are so cute. Oh my gosh. 2 of the blue bags, so cute. And I made it so that it can be, the strap is adjustable, so this is the smallest it can go, like this. And then this is the longest it can go, so that it's crossbody, and you can have it like that. Can you see? Can you guys see? I can't even tell if you guys can see, but this is how it will look. And I have 2 of these. And then I have 2 pink ones as well. And then yesterday I created my favorite bag ever. This is used out of jeans. I just upcycled the jeans and created a jean patchwork bag with it because I couldn't fit the jeans anymore, and I was like, I kind of want a jean bag, so I'm just gonna create it. So this is what I made, and then I used the gingham, the blue gingham fabric for the lining on the inside. I still have to add the clasps on this one as well, but this is the strap. Super, super cute crossbody as well. It goes longer, but I don't feel like doing all that. But this is it, and this is so cute. Like, I cannot believe I made this. Like, this is the cutest bag Oh my gosh. And so I'm honestly just thinking about opening up an Etsy shop to sell my bags because I have so many and I still have extra fabric left over, and I genuinely love making bags. Like, they're such an easy, cute project, and they're just so cute. Like, are you serious? And I love the little bows as well to go with it, the bow keychain. These are just so cute, but I'm kind of hesitant to open the shop and sell my bags because it has a lot of imperfections since I was learning, but they're still nice and durable. So it's like, it just depends on you guys. Like, would you guys want these bags even though they're not perfect? Like, you still see some imperfections, some unevenness, like the stitches aren't really straight because I was still practicing, but I think that's like a cute thing. It's like the bag has its own little story to it, and you can definitely tell that a lot of love was made with these bags. So let me know if you guys would want these, and then I can just open up an Etsy shop and then sell them because I made a lot on accident. And I don't know, I definitely won't sell this one because I kind of messed up on the strap, so the strap is not really good. And my sister already claimed this bag as well, so that's taken. I'm debating whether I want to sell this one. And since I don't know where to get this exact fabric from, since I got this from Joann before they closed, this is like a one-of-a-kind type of bag. So it's like, do I give it to you guys or do I keep it for myself? But these bags definitely can sell. Like I said, they have a lot of imperfections with it, but they're super, super durable. It's really just my stitches and just small details that I would notice that someone else might not notice. But yeah, let me know. With this jean bag, I'm definitely keeping it, but I will be down to make another one. But this has too many imperfections. Like, I was struggling with this one a lot, but I'll be definitely down to make another version of this and then sell that one as well. These are all the bags that I made. And that concludes everything that I made in the month of May, which was the very first month I learned how to sew, and the first 2 weeks of June as well. So this is literally everything. Anyway, that's it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.